Hello students, lecture 104. In this video lecture, we will take three more important articles of History chapter 3, Making of Global World. First article is Role of Technology in Food Supply. Second, late 19th century colonization. And third, Rinderpest or the cattle plague in Africa. These three articles we'll discuss in this video lecture. So first one is role of technology in revolutionizing the food supply. We have discussed corn laws, and after scrapping off the corn laws, we have also discussed that how agricultural economy had taken shape, and then it was the technology which revolutionized food in the following manners. Number one, the railways, steamships, the telegraph, for example, were important inventions without which we cannot imagine the changes that had come in the 19th century world, especially in food supply. Second, but technological advances were often the result of larger social, political, and economic factors. The invention in modern railways, refrigerated ships, lighter wagons, and larger ships helped move food more cheaply and quickly from far away farms to the final markets. That we discussed earlier, that now food was shipped to England from America, from Australia, from New Zealand, etc. Third one is a trade in meat offered a good example of this connected system. Till 1870s, animals for meat animals were shipped live from America to Europe and then slaughtered at the final point. In this transportation, animals took lot of space, and in fact less meat was supplied. But after the improvement in technology, now animals were slaughtered at the starting point and supplied through refrigerated ships as frozen meat. And now Europeans had more and variety of meat as their food. And last point that helped in food supply about technology, this reduced the shipping cost and lowered meat prices in Europe. The poor in Europe could now consume a more varied diet. Earlier, as per Sumptry laws, in previous class you might have studied that in France food was rationed, meat was rationed, wine was rationed, and they were called Sumptry laws. In France, meat was rationed and poor could not eat meat or wine. These were the restrictions as per Sumptry laws on the poor. Next, so this was the role of technology in food supply, that by the technological development, now food started moving from far off places and food had become intercontinental. Next is late 19th century colonization, that now more and more countries, the European powers, started colonizing. About this we will discuss again 3 points, that how did European powers colonized more and more countries in Asia and Africa. Trade flourished and markets expanded in late 19th century. But this was not only a period of expanding trade and prosperity. It was important to realize that there was a darker side to this process as well. When one side trade was flourishing, on the other hand it had a darker side. What was that? In many parts of the world, the expansion of trade and closer relationship with the world meant a loss of freedoms and livelihoods. During late 19th century, European victory produced many painful economic, social, and ecological changes through which the colonized societies were brought into the world of economy. That their economic, social, and political all issues were taken by the traders, especially the Europeans. In 1885, big European powers met in Berlin. This line is very important for 1 mark or even for 3 marks. That why did European powers met in Berlin in 1885? So they met in Berlin to complete the division of Africa into them as their colonies. Britain and France made vast additions, big additions to their territory in late 19th century. Belgium and Germany became the new colonial powers, and you also became a colonial power in late 1890s by taking over some colonies which were earlier held by Spain. So this was a period of colonization late 19th century in Europe. Next is the Rinderpest or the cattle plague. This was again a devastating disease spread in Africa, mainly in their cattle stock. That African society, Maasai community, the largest herder community, they survived on animal stock. And when this disease spread over there, then how did it change the livelihood of Africans? Basically, we will discuss on or will focus on these issues. In Africa in 1890s, a fast spreading disease of cattle plague or Rinderpest had a terrifying impact on people's livelihood and the local economy. This is a good example of widespread European imperial impact on colonized societies. Historically, Africa had vast land and relatively very small population. For centuries, land and livestock, the cattle stock, helped African people's livelihood because their main livelihood depended on the cattle stock. Next point, in late 19th century, Europeans were attracted to Africa due to its vast resources of land and animal and minerals. Europeans came to Africa to establish plantation and mines to produce crops and minerals for export to Europe. But there was a big problem of labor which was willing to work on daily wages. So this also question is asked that how did Europeans or why did Europeans attract to Europe, to Africa? Why did Europeans attract to Africa and what were the problems they faced? So here the vast areas, minerals and their natural resources attracted Europeans to come to Africa. But they faced a big problem over there because Africans were not willing, because the population was very less, and since they had not taken this daily wage work in past, so now also they were not willing to go for daily wage works. So to take out this all or solve the problems of daily wages, European powers or the colonial powers used some tactics. What was the tactics? Colonial people imposed heavy taxes on African communities, which could be paid by working in plantation and mines only. They put tax on animal grazing as well. Inheritance laws were changed. Inheritance laws means the property is transferred in all the heirs of the deceased person. Like father has 3-4 children, so after father's death, all the property is divided. So these laws were changed, and as per new laws, the property will be transferred to only one person of that deceased person, dead person, and others are property less. And property less people could be forced for labor, and there will be available for daily wages. Workers in mines and plantation were confined in compounds and not allowed to move freely. That is Inland Emigration Act. Inland Emigration Act, it was also imposed. So these were the tactics used by European powers to control all these activities. Then rinderpest arrived in Africa in 1880s. It was carried by infected cattle imported from British Asia to feed the Italian soldiers invading Eritrea in East Africa. It is important that why did Europeans export animal to Africa? To feed on Italian soldiers. After entering Africa, rinderpest spread like a forest fire, reaching southern tip, that is Cape of Good Hope in 1892, and during its spread in Africa, it killed almost 90% of the cattle stock. And due to this, the livelihood of the Africans was quite changed, and the large community, Maasai community or other herder community, Bedouins, Berbers, etc., they were forced in labor work. So this is all about in this lecture, and now we have selected 3 questions based on these 3 articles. The first question is, what was the role of technology in revolutionizing the food supply in 19th century Europe? Second question, why did big European powers met in Berlin in 1885? Comment in 3 points. Third, what was the impact of rinderpest, the cattle disease, on the lives of Africans in late 19th century? So you can work on these 3 questions, and so keep on reading, watching and listening. Thank you very much.